Добрый вечер. Я прошу прощения. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. Hello. How are you? I'm making a movie. I have a channel. It's called Formula of Love. What language do you speak?
English, but I'm not sorry.
Now you see people, this lady's not interested, and we respect that. I'm curious, would you be able, just for practice, to say the same thing, but in a way that most men, because it takes courage from a man to come up to a woman, obviously. Imagine you came up to me and said, I'm not interested. That's a little harsh. Would you be able to say the same thing? Basically, the idea is to get that out of my face. Basic, that's the idea, I get it. But say the same thing so we both feel venerable, nice. Big words, I don't know. Feel venerated, exonerated, exuberated, bulbulated, like that.
I'm not trying to do my own thing.
See the offend word. Watch me. You know what? Don't take it personally. I respect your effort, but if you could be so kind, I'd like to do something on my own. But with all due respect.
Are we still going tonight?
With all due respect.
Excuse me. Sorry, this is my girl.
She's even more rough. She's even more rough. We doing an experiment. Try to be nicer a little bit, because it's an experiment. Oh, see. Well, in any case, people, we learn. We learn and we learn. I like it. I like your spirit. So see, this is a lady with a beautiful spirit. What is your name?
Jasmine.
Look at those eyes. Hurts to look at them. So we won't look at them. That's why Jasmine is assuming a position that's away from me. And we're gonna go. Now, let's see what we can do. So Jasmine, do me a favor. I wanna hear, how come a beautiful, almost underage lady lives...
I'm 21 on March 4th.
You smell good too. Can you be considerate, at least not smell so good? Okay, ready? Let's go. So now, we're gonna go and we're gonna talk. Explain me. I had a buddy of mine in the hospital. He used to say, he's an Indian guy, he says, explain me. Not to me, explain me. What's the situation of these two beauties that I meet on the beach from the same building that I am, that I don't even know?
Well,
living, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You've met me now. It was just perfect timing.
Look how you talk. You talk beautiful, you look beautiful. No wonder you love women, because you love beauty. And men are hardly, we cannot even be called beautiful. At most, we are handsome.
Men are beautiful.
Men are, you don't use that word for men, technically, I mean,
I feel
normally.
like people are beautiful, and humanity is beautiful, and
you think
souls
so?
are beautiful. And
You think
so
so?
is
How come you know? How come you know all that? Such a tender age, you know things about souls, things about men. Explain me.
Because I've lived this lifetime many times before.
You see how you talk? You talk beautiful. You talk like you've been beyond the horizon.
I am the horizon.
See this conversation? Oh my goodness. So Jasmine, let me ask you something.
Yes. What is your name?
Abraham.
Abraham. Wow, that is an amazing name.
Thank you.
That's the name
I
from
appreciate
the Bible.
I appreciate you saying that, because I am his descendant. In fact, I teach him a lot. Not to kill his son, not to cheat on his wives, and not to go back on your word and throw out young lovers into the desert with your son. See, that's not something I would do, but I understand he was in a situation where he had to do it, or at least he felt he had to. But I'm curious. You're 21. What are you doing with yourself?
I live my life.
And what is your passion?
My passion is life.
Do you have any specific passions, such as art?
Yes, I love art. I love music and dance.
Do you perform?
No.
Do you play any instrument? Because I have two pianos where I live, and we are gonna sing tonight. When you and your lady, your wife, are gonna come visit me for a, I don't know, how do you feel about dinner versus maybe just some drinks? And I don't
drink.
I mean either. How come you don't drink? I have a reason why I don't drink.
I'm not 21.
Oh, but so you're 20.
Yes, I'm 20. My birthday is next week on the 4th.
How long are you together with, what's your wife's name?
No, Notori.
Notori?
Yes.
Like notorious?
Yes, like notorious.
Wow. How long are you and Notori together?
Now maybe almost a year.
Wow. Is this your first serious relationship?
Yes.
And you've
As
always,
an adult.
as an adult. Interesting. And you have always been attracted to women, not men.
Yes. Well, I'm not saying I'm not attracted to men. I just said I never have been with one. I'm attracted to beauty and love and life.
Look at you.
And
Honestly, I like how you speak. You speak so beautifully. So let me ask you a question. Just as a question, are you attracted to me?
I don't know you yet.
Attraction
But I think
works.
You're very handsome.
Attraction works in funny ways. The less you know, the more you get attracted sometimes. At least an initial primal level of attraction, the less we know, the more mysterious the other person is, the more we get attracted. But I understand, I am kind of ugly. But
I think you're ugly.
you don't think I'm ugly?
No. Not at all.
Your voice has such a interesting, how do you call it, timbre or tonality, and the way you speak. You should speak. You should, at the least you should do is, because you have a certain way of speaking and it penetrates deep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I'll tell you something else. You are, and that's why I understand why you have these eyelashes, because you want to distract people from your natural beauty, because you have a lot of it. You have too much natural beauty for a normal man to handle. So you got to put something to kind of like ease it a little bit. Something. But if you take the eyelashes off, men will die. They'll see those eyes even deeper, and they will be dying by like bunches. That's why certain protective mechanisms are put in place. So I'm curious, do you know, you must have friends that are like you. I'm looking for women like you to,
There's no woman like me.
I'm not saying you, I'm saying that has similar qualities. Now, of course, there's no one the same. We're all unique. And you are way more uniquer than many unique ones. That is for sure. Especially being underage.
Oh my gosh!
What happened?
Did you see the fish fly out of the water?
A little bit. Let's go say hi. It's right there. So Jasmine,
Yes.
I'm looking for a woman that has similar.
Why would you look for another when God has simply placed this beautiful woman in front of you? That is like going to the desert, finding water, and then asking God to give you different water.
Can you turn around? Can you say the same thing one more time? I want to hear this. You see, listen to a wise woman speaking. That's very nice. Very nice. It's intense.
It's
It's very intense.
Okay.
Okay, be in the middle.
Yeah.
And then see how I sit? Nice and center. The way you do it, you increase the chance of flipping. See, legs could be just
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
because this has the grip.
Beautiful. Look how beautiful this woman is. It's like an angel.
You have a YouTube channel.
Yes, it's called Formula of Love. So, I'll give you a link.
What is it about?
It's about love, it's about life, about this, about honesty, dishonesty, about peoples, animals, women, and even men. Now, I'm curious, what was it, that thing that you said about the desert? Because I like that.
I said you go to the desert and you find water,
Just a minute,
and
just
then you
keep
ask
looking.
God to give you different water. Is that not like a slap in the face?
Can I say something to you that my grandpa tells me? Along those lines. I say this joke, I don't say it in English, but I say it because it's in Russian, but I translate it. So there's a man walking in the desert. How coincidental. On a camel, all equipped. Got the water, got the food. He doesn't have a woman. But the camel is a female. So he says, you know, no one's seeing this. It's a little embarrassing, but so what? I'm like super horny. So camel is tall. She's tall, so he can reach. So he starts putting up a little mount of sand. to reach. But the camel, she's not stupid. She doesn't like that. So every time he mounts a little sand mount, she walks a few steps. So he keeps doing that, and it's tiring because it's hot. Then he hears the moaning of a lady that actually looked just like you. And she was 20 years old, and she was thirsty and hungry and dying of hunger and thirst. So he gave her water, and he gave her food, and she sprang to life and tells him, "You are my savior. You have saved my life. Ask me anything. I'll do anything for you." And he says to her, "Can you do me a favor? Can you please hold the camel?" Similar, right?
Yes,
It's a very similar thing. Me asking you, but I tell you why I ask. Stop. I have to concentrate. The way you look at me, it makes it extremely difficult. Look at those eyes. You are bad. Really bad. And you did this effortlessly. Okay, I put a bigger eyelashes on you. I usually tell women, no, I don't like fake eyelashes. But you know what? I'll put bigger ones on you so I get distracted, because otherwise, forget it. Now, what makes me a little bit thoughtful is the fact that you're in a relationship, and I would like to respect people's relationships as much as I can, even though I would like for us to be together, because I am very attracted to you. And never mind your appearance, that's pretty tolerable. It's how you are. Talking about the desert, holy water, looking at me like that. Delicious.
Hello, world.
So I'm curious as to, if I am with you, how would that...
My wife is the package deal with me.
Sorry?
We come together.
Do you hear that?
Anywhere I go, she goes with me.
I think we can work with it. In fact, I have had experiences, only a few. I got divorced, just so you know, 3 years ago, and everything is on my channel. My whole life is on my, obviously. I say everything the way it is. That's the whole point of Formula Love. It's the truth. Truth is part of love.
Truth is love.
How do you know that?
Because I am love.
Jasmine is love, and she's right. Love is always right. So I listen. Do you see people say, "Oh, you argue with people"? Do you see me argue? No. How can you argue with perfection here? So I had experiences where I lived with two ladies. It was an interesting experience. It was challenging in times, but it taught me a lot of things on how to be understanding and how to be wise rather than always right. Better be always wise. And being happy and making people happy and content sometimes is more important than being right. That's what they say. We will talk to... What is your... Notori. I am intrigued. That's the least I can explain myself as. Are you intrigued?
A little.
They call it elegance. They call it class, panache, all of that. And you do this just like that.
You're very flattering.
No, I'm just saying what I'm seeing. That's what they call this stuff. I didn't know what this panache thing was until I saw it in the movie. The guy said, "This woman, she got a panache." I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy with these big words." Clint Eastwood said that. I remember the movie. I said, "Let me look that shit up." Panache. That's what, you know that word?
No.
I didn't know until there was a movie. It's this flamboyant, difficult to explain. Flamboyant, fiery, passionate, classy, humble, all in one. It's like this beauty. It's like a woman who's really like kind of in your face a little bit, but in a beautiful way. So you feel, instead of threatened, because you are threatening. Do you see me threatened? A lot. I'm threatened. Very threatened. So you feel invigorated and super whatever. So let's give a ride to Notori. And then camera can't get enough of you. Look at those. Now just imagine me and you and Notori, we become a family. We have a couple. I'm looking for this very thing for 2.5 years, because I am seeing myself in this, because A conventional marriage I have tried for 16 years and it was beautiful. It's just something that I don't feel being necessarily stuck in that, you know. Have you ever thought of having another man in your relationship?
No.
Liar.
No, I don't think so. I'm
What
very
about
happy.
children?
I'm only 20, so I don't want children yet. And my
today.
wife has a daughter.
How old is she?
My wife, she's 23.
Mature people. You didn't go, did you go to college or anything like that? Not that you need to, because you could open your own college. Teach people what you teach me. That's why you don't go to college. See this? See this situation? This is a problem. Now I think we should go and
She's probably missing me.
let's go back to Notori and pick up Notori. My battery's dying, but that's okay. We have many more movies. So I have, hold on a second. I have fish. I have a beautiful piece of fish that I will make for dinner for us. How do you feel about that?
What kind of fish?
Grouper or snapper, one of them. I have a big piece of fish, which will be for you and her, and I'll do something for me, or I'll buy something else. Okay. What kind? Oh, you don't drink for what reason? Just because
I don't like to drink.
you tried it and it doesn't work for you?
It doesn't sit well with the spirit.
What does?
The alcohol does not.
Anything? Any other substance? Weed,
I smoke weed sometimes.
but not a lot.
Occasionally.
No wonder you don't like. I mean, no wonder you're having difficulty being with men. You cannot. To handle you. You need like an army of men. Yeah. So you've never dated a man.
No.
And where are your parents?
Well, I've dated men, but I just never had serious relationship or things like that.
Just never went that way, huh?
No.
I see. I feel like you're a person that just goes with the flow. And this is, by the way, what paddleboarding is all about. You just stand on it and you just let the ocean take you. If you start fighting it, you'll fall. Because you just gotta feel the wave. The waves never lie. Ocean never lies. I look at the ocean every day and say, you know what, this huge thing, beautiful thing, there's not an inch, an ounce, a milliliter of lie in that whole vastness. Yet, you take every person and there's like craziness inside us, huh? So we gotta be like Bruce Lee said, we gotta be like water.
Yeah.
In any case, we will be right back after these messages. Okay?
Because she sold herself.
You see? Say it. So we are talking about if there's a couple that are poor, and you know what?
We're talking about the differences between love and security and loyalty. Because love is an emotion, and you can truly deeply love someone and still betray them.
The way you define love, then the answer is yes, but not the way I define love. I have a different definition of love.
Do you say it is love the action that the woman made?
Can you say that again?
Is the action that I said, the woman, her family is going to starve, the love of her life they're both going to starve, and they're very poor. So she goes to cheat on him. She sells her body. She sells her body.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. You're saying cheat on him. Will she tell him that beforehand? That's important too. Will she?
No, she doesn't tell him. She goes behind his back.
Or she asks him and he says no.
So she does cheat because she's afraid that he will judge. Because if, let's say, a woman says, listen, we're stuck. I need to do this because we have no money and this is the only way I can. Let's just assume. I mean, these.
Okay, let's assume yes, and he says no. But it's either they will starve.
Okay, so then if he says no,
or they
if she, and I get you, I understand. If he says no, so then her choice is to either die or have sex. Then she should be crazy not to have sex. And if he says no, then he's crazy. Because if it's a death or sex, come on, let's be serious. Because sex is sex, life is life. If I'm told to have a sex with men or I'll die, I'll have sex with 10 men. If my life is on the line, I'll have sex with whatever, with an animal. It doesn't matter. Because I don't want to die, and I don't want. If that's between me and dying is to have sex with a cow, then I'll have sex with it. Better be a good cow. It's my point. My point is this. I understand what you're saying. It's the way how you do it. You can betray someone, but what if I ask you a question? If they say, you have sex with me, or we'll kill your husband, because there have been movies like that. And there've been books like that. They threaten her that if she doesn't have sex, some gang leader or whatever says, if you don't have sex with me, I will kill your husband. Then what is that? Is that a betrayal? I'm sorry?
That is love.
But she still has sex.
And that's what I say. Love is an emotion. It is not with security. It doesn't come together.
The way you define it, then that's what it is. And love is an emotion. But it's way more than that.
Yes.
It's way more
like
than
life.
emotion.
Love is life. It is a force
And there's
of
so many
energy.
definitions of, because that's why people, when they say love, oh, I'm in love, it depends on how you understand the word love, because it's such an all-encompassing. You're right, you said love is life. Everything you see around you is love. This ocean is full of love. The world, the universe is full of love. And by the way,
So
when you
sorry, perfect example. This
Tell me.
life that we live, this life is love. Yes, that's what you said.
that's what you
And
said.
this life does not come with security.
That's also somewhat of a love. Lack of security it makes you strong, makes you more loving. Sometimes
Oh, shit, the waves from the text.
sometimes
You want to run.
fear can make you love more, because that's the
Fear is
opposite of
opposite.
exactly.
There is no fear.
See how there is no fear in love,
No.
but yet you cannot have one without the other.
Oh, bitch, I'm getting tan.
So this is, see what I'm saying? It's like saying hot and cold. You cannot have hot without cold. You cannot have darkness
It's the
with
duality of this life that we live.
exactly. So on the same token, you cannot have love without fear. Like one of my friends said in a book, he said, as soon as you say those words, I love you, the fear gets born to hear them spoken back to you, or to lose what you love. That's why people are scared of loving, because they're scared of losing, of getting hurt. That's exactly why most of us in this society don't want to love, or even if they do, they don't know how. Because it's scary shit. It hurts. Have you ever been hurt? I'm sure. Have you both been hurt? Of course. I've been freaking hurt to the point I wanted to kill myself. Exactly. So now we remember. Yeah, this is so unstable with these two beautiful ladies. We're making the best. This is probably the best video of my half a year of career in movie production. This is gonna be, because see, these ladies are